so difficult to hear the back and forth exchanges. But I just didn't want, I want to throw that out there as well. So appreciate y'all.
Wait, who was the guy that was being annoying?
Myron, before you end the space, I've been up for about 30 minutes. I'm just going to respond to Tommy.
Wait, hold on. Who was
I
the
never even
person that
got a
was
chance to
annoying?
finish.
Myron, he was talking about how Max Prime, who came in this space.
So guys, it's Tommy Sotomayor, I think Myron and some white supremacists debating, and Tommy is complaining that he's not able to speak a whole lot. Now, if you guys don't know, Tommy Sotomayor is a former YouTuber, professional booty over there on OnlyFans now. He really came to popularity in like the mid 2010s, early 2010s, talking about, you know, the dysfunction with the black community, men's rights and stuff like that, black women in particular. And he went from, you know, supporting blacks to kind of turning his back on blacks and kind of, you know, being a hardcore MAGA supporter, and he got kicked off YouTube. And now he's been out here just twerking for everybody. He don't care. He just oil up his and he'll go and twerk for white supremacists. He'll twerk for anybody to get a few coins. He's doing corn now. He's clapping cheeks or he's getting his own. Got him! Everywhere he's clapping. So he's down bad. So now he's doing these little struggle debates with these white supremacists, and they won't let him talk.
And was jumping all over truth that he did it to Nick yesterday, to the point where Nick just left the space because he was so abrasive. That's what
it's just kind of hard to listen to the back and forth is all I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay, no, I missed, like, I'll be honest, guys, like for the past 30-40 minutes I haven't even been here. I've been like tweeting and other shit like that. So
I think we kept it engaging, Myron.
Except for everybody else got to finish their point except me. That everybody else got to have this long grandstand and say things about me, and then when I tried to come back and just defend myself against what was being said, I kept getting cut off. And then when I got called a name, I got your co-host, Ian, telling me, well, you're the only one that's weaponized color, when the person told me I'm a race hustler, which is why I said it. But he didn't stop him and say, well, you can't call this man a race hustler. What race is he hustling? Do you know him? Do you know what he's doing? And every time they did something, I would respond to what they said, and then I get cut off by saying, well, that has nothing to do with anything.
So this is something that I've noticed with the Coach Greg Adams, Andrew Wilson debate, and this also, you have some of the blacks going into these spaces in which they shouldn't be in. You know, I'm a black content creator, and I feel like as a black content creator, at least my point of view, if you're going to talk about the black community, good or bad, you should be defending your position in your community amongst other creators in your community. I've always took that stance. Very rarely will I work with somebody who's not black, okay? But Tommy and people like him, they like going out to other communities, and then when they get there, they're not that big in those communities. They get shunned and they get treated real bad, all right? So he's probably right with what happened here, because I've seen this happen to Myron. I've seen this happen to a whole bunch of blacks.
And the whole audience saw it. They got to talk long.
I gave you co-host, Tommy, so you can also say what you got to say. So I just gave it to you just now.
Well, I understand what you're getting ready to go, but it just became insulting. Ian thought that was his damn homeboy, apparently, so he had to defend every damn thing he said. No one ever admitted I made a not one. They kept on trying to pretend that I was asking for reparations or I was blaming the white man. Neither one happened. Either Arthur said, I mean, it's disingenuous if people are talking about the Jews, but only so they can talk about what they can get from them. What the hell did I say blacks needed to get? Nothing.
Okay, so they're mixing up his words, assuming that all blacks want something, and that's not what they're saying. I don't think he's lying about this. Okay, but let's see what happens later.
They talk to you black people like the same person. It doesn't matter who they're talking to. If you can't do something for them, they will talk down to you, because there was no reason for them to do this to me. And it's the same damn thing happened when I was on Truth Teller's show, when I was on there with that guy. They just started making fun and then started calling me names.
Why are you over there, sir? He's probably absolutely right. But see, this is what happens when you seek white validation. I'm going to keep telling you, brothers and sisters, that. And again, I wish, living in Africa, if I would have known how great of a community that I came from, because like I said, my mom was telling me, get out of Del Paso Heights, get out of Cali, you know, go on, there's nothing here, okay? And then a lot of us become successful, and we still undervalue our community. And then when we go to somebody else's community, when we already have all that we need, Tommy had everything he needed amongst the blacks. You go over there and you get devalued. And then now you get upset. And then what he wants, he will take less from white people, even though he was getting more from blacks. And now he's not even getting the less he expected. And now he's mad because what he wants is some butter biscuits. If it was me, I would have left the show. But that ain't what he wants. He wants somebody to say, sorry, we love you, Black Tommy. We accept you. That's what he wants. But is that what he's going to get?
And then when you get mad, look at them, low IQ blacks. How are you going to reunite with somebody that won't even hear you? Y'all speak for 35 straight minutes, and everybody has to hear you.
Why do you want to reunite with them?
Themselves, and you come up with excuses? You did, Ian. I answered y'all's questions. Every one of them.
It doesn't sound like you want to make an alliance, though. It doesn't. Like they're
Sir,
caged.
it ain't. I just told you what the alliance, the problem was. If you won't listen to people who you're trying to ally with, why would they do it?
Because
how is it that the alliance
like
means that we got to listen to y'all? Isn't it supposed to be we come together and make decisions together?
I know I keep cutting them off, but this is why a lot of black guys who want to go on the extreme right. And I'm a guy who votes Republican, but you would never find me in those spaces. You want to be accepted and work with people who hate blacks because you hate blacks. And then now you find out that you're one of the blacks that they hate and you're looking for parity. You're never going to get parity, in my opinion, from most whites anyway. Although I've had some white people who've done some excellent things in my life. Dr. Patrick Brown over at the UC Berkeley Extension postback, he changed my life. I've had some whites in immunology when I was undergrad. They really helped me. But ultimately, you need to go and help your community, and that's how it works. And you're looking for parity and equality from people who don't want equality, and the only reason why they talking to your ass is because you feel the same way that they do, but you're now finding out that you're just another N-word to them.
But it seems like your alliance is listen to y'all. That don't sound like an alliance. It sounds like what we already went through in America. Slavery and Jim Crow.
Now no, Tommy. No, you can't go there, bro. You can't be talking about how black people is this and that, and now you're trying to go ahead with the Black Lives Matter hashtag BLM speaking tone. You can't do that, bro. Nah, Tommy. They're not gonna let you get away with that.
Talk to us like men. We talk to y'all like men. When y'all got to speak, we didn't get to cut y'all off, and most of y'all, including Truth, was saying stupid and repeating it over and over again. But no one cut him off.
Oh, man.
No one tried to tell him, you shouldn't be saying this. How is it that y'all the only ones spoke like that? Anybody in the audience ask, why is it they're the only ones tried to tell you what you saying and shouldn't be saying, but no one spoke to them that way? They just got to speak. You can't get to know me if you ain't even willing to get to know me. And getting to know me would mean to hear me, just like y'all like to be heard. And surely not to put words in your mouth that you didn't say. And now my whole conversation is defending myself against your lie instead of telling you what I think. It's respect. But y'all don't see it, and I understand. But it's disrespectful as hell when black folks are watching this.
But but you've been like saying it for like 4 minutes. Come on, you have a whole diatribe now. We get it. All right. And they letting you talk right now, to be honest. They letting you talk and you just won't shut up now. It's like 4 minutes. You made your point, move on.
Why would I lie with somebody who's telling me do what I say?
Okay, it's my turn. It's hard to form an alliance when you're coming from an emotionally skewed perception on everything, because you want to cite multiple sources that are emotionally charged for you, which I understand. I get emotionally charged when I talk about things regarding my race as well. You want to cite things like, what about white men with black women, these TV shows? But now y'all want to say something as soon as a black guy gets with a white woman, or stuff like that. Emotionally charged.
Because Ian brought that up.
Stop. No.
Okay, so the guy is saying it's hard to have a discussion with somebody emotionally charged. Now, Tommy must have been right. I'll give Tommy his flowers. Tommy's a talented commentator. He's a talented debater. So the points that Tommy was bringing forth, they had no way of dealing with those are dealing with this framework. So the reason why I know that he must have been right, although this is a truncated video, was the response that this guy just gave. The response he gave was, well, I can't make an alliance because look at your, you're emotionally charged. None of them dealt with what he was talking about. And instead of Tommy, which you're about to find out, he's about to act real emotional about this. He should have just have the guy address his framework. And the way he was supposed to do that was, listen, nobody's emotionally charged. Can you address what I'm talking about? And he would have forced him to cover that territory or cover that ground, which he did not. And again, this is what happens when you're in spaces that you're not supposed to be in, because you're looking for a moral victory that you're not going to get. The referees are not blacks in this case, right? You're in a white space, it seems, and they're moving the goalpost. So watch what happens.
Oh, no, brother.
Sir,
no, brother.
Ian brought that up
brother.
first.
Look. You're emotionally charged and it's hard to form a mind. Bias.
This is the here, this whole emotionally charged stuff. That's why people kick y'all ass, because y'all kick people until they do it to you.
Now to the point where, bruh, you have lost the argument. Although all of that filibustering you did, it was good at first, but now you're talking about this is why they kick y'all ass and all this stuff.
This is stupid. Ian spoke of it first. I responded to him.
Over 1,000, over 100 nations, okay? 100 countries over 1,000 times, okay?
And white people, I'm telling y'all now, did y'all see him?
From emotional place.
So now all of a sudden you pro-black now. All Tommy gonna do is go back on X tomorrow and start, this is why I can't stand black people. This is why I can't stand black. You got that little music. That's all he gonna do. So he mad at the white people because they don't like him. And he's talking about when you see him, F him up. Just crashing out. Just on his period, twerking, all wet up. He was looking for daddy to clap. Daddy didn't want to clap you was ready to open him up for daddy. He didn't want it. Now you acting like a rejected little 304 at the club. Now you out there, cheeks is lathered up. Lathered all the way up. You look bad. You was doing pretty good at first. Let's see if you can get it back on track.
Yes, coming from an emotional state. We'll kick your ass if I ever got a chance to hear one of y'all white talk like this to somebody's face.
Rails.
Look.
Y'all talk to people like this. Think it's supposed to be okay.
With a white woman. You see that?
Sitting up here insulting people. The white man was the first one to bring this. The faceless white man was the first one to say that Jews were putting black women and black men with white women. He said it. I didn't. He's the one who said it. And yet you're going to sit up here and keep insulting me and then say, oh, look at him. He's being emotional. He's being emotional. These with you. And then when you kick their ass, they got a problem.
That you point out the Jew. We appreciate.
How about this? Since everybody using a mute button, now that they gave me the mute button, now that here. Now how about that? Y'all done came to this black man's space to be to this black man. While he trying to run his show, y'all up here running, y'all can't get the numbers he get. He showed y'all the respect to allow y'all to come up here and talk. And when he went away, y'all sat here and disrespected me for nothing. So yes, I'm being emotional.
Okay, so actually it's his show. All right, so he must be on Rumble or on X. And again, Tommy is just petty, man. Like, this is what he does. I want to talk. I want to talk. Well, I can't talk. When I see you, mother. I mean, you like 50 years old, twerking everywhere, man. Juices is flowing, bro. You just squirting everywhere, dog. I mean, you just look down bad. And listen, you probably gonna make a video about me about this, and I hope you do, because I'm a grifted. I'm going to monetize it. If you roast me, I'm going to clip your whole thing and come back and react to it. I'm petty. And I will sit here and laugh at your jokes if they're good. They're usually not jokes. You're not that funny, but and it's holiday seasons, November, December. Hey, I'm looking to get this internet beef dollars up. Promise you.
But how do you feel now? Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk real soft. Well, you can't say anything.
He put him on mute.
Whites, guys. That's the reason why. And those emotional whites are the reason why. Imagine someone doing that to you. claiming they want to have an alliance with you and insult you every 5 seconds. Ian was the one who brought up what the Jews were doing by showing the race mixing in the shows and the commercials. Am I lying? Wasn't he the one who brought it first? And I just said in retort, well, if we're going to call it honestly, they rarely show black men with white women, but they keep showing white men with black women. So I'm trying to ask the question, why are they doing that? Even if you're saying the Jews are doing it, why aren't the whites complaining? Whites should be the first ones to say, we don't want to see our white men with black women. But y'all don't. Long as the white guy gets the
I don't want to see either of them.
No, I'm saying that's what needs to be said. Everyone needs to come out and say that. Not when I see Diane Carroll get a white guy on a show, then it's okay. And then the truth come in and said, well, there we go talking about celebrities. Ian brought up the damn celebrities. So every time I was responding to what they said, somebody would say, why are we talking about that?
Take a deep breath, Tommy.
That's the best part of the whole episode. Yeah, man, man, shut your ass up. Shut up, man. Like, bro, you out here crying, dog. I'm like, man, why is you twerking out here? Why is you out here just lathered up, cheeks bouncy?
Ian, don't do it. This is how I talk. Let me be that. Just like you on Jurassic Park. Just like you're on Jurassic Park and not who you really are. Let me be me. Whenever, and y'all have said it before, and Myron know it. When a mother loses the argument, they start telling you to calm down.
You're the same guy that has made a living the last 15 years talking about blacks who do the same thing. And when you get around whites and you feel mistreated, you turn exactly into what they say all blacks are, but you want to have alliance. Of course they don't want to have alliance with you. Number one, working with white supremacists can only work on one solution. Okay? Now listen to me. I'm an extreme pro-black. Separation. That's the only time there needs to be a conversation with white supremacists. All moderate Charlie Kirk and right fans over, the only conversation we need to have is separation. Look at when I tell you that. We don't need to have no other conversations except for that. You over there, we over here. Now, if you want to wave from across the state line or whatever, hey Jack, good to see you. All right now, let me close my gate. Nope, can't come over here and I won't go over there. I'm happy over here. Thank you. No more alliances. Stop talking to these people. We never gonna get along. We not gonna get along. We will never get along. People who are extremely pro-black or pro-white or whatever the case, the only solution is separation. Now, everybody else in between, that's the business, right? But talking to white racists for what? I've had people, I'll debate you. Debate for what? We believe in similar things. And the one thing that we believe is separating. So separate your ass outside of my email. That's how much separate. I live in Africa. Okay. So that's how much I want to separate from you. That's how much. You ain't got to worry about me buying a new house in your neighborhood. That's what you don't got to worry about. You definitely ain't got to worry about me being with your granddaughter, daughter, or however old you might be. You ain't got to worry about that. Your wife, your grandmother, ain't gonna worry about none of that, Mr. White Guy. Okay? Not with me. Ain't got to worry about it. Ain't got to worry about me messing up your bloodlines. Nope, you don't. I got everything I need. So, another L for Tommy. Subscribe to the bill. We out.